AETHERO, Zac, 2-year-old stepping out for the first time. There've been whispers about him. What's he like to ride?
Oh, he's okay. He's only had one trial. He missed a start by 4 lengths and closed it off okay, so he's going to need to do better than that.
He did finish off that trial pretty well and work through the line nicely from the looks of things.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but only having one trial going into a race is not a recipe for success normally. And that was only a half-mile trial. Normally, you like to see horses trial over 1,000 or trial 2 or 3 times before they go to the races. So John's taken a risk with him. Let's see if it works.
Is that a thing with his stable though? We've seen the likes of Stirling City, for instance, not trial that well leading into that debut. They came out and won. Is that just something that John does?
He can do it, yeah, but he also told me Gala Knight was the better horse out of the two, so I'm confused and we'll just see what happens.
You come into the meeting on 99 wins for the season. You often state publicly 100 is your target. Have you got there a little bit earlier than you would have thought?
Not necessarily. I was expecting to have a decent season this season and it's turned out that way. Things are going well, so it's nice to be near that number and it'll be nice to get past it.
Smart Rocket Chat, he's a horse you've had a bit to do with. Took him to get into Class 5 to get a win, but has he sort of turned the corner now?
I'm hoping so. He probably a late maturing horse, and he took a handful of runs to sort of learn what it's about and hit his straps. I still don't think he's the finished article yet. We've finally drawn a good gate on him, which means we can hopefully have him a lot closer. He is a bit one pace, but with a nice galloping weight and a good draw, hopefully there's a bit of speed and he can run well.
What were your thoughts on his last run on Derby Day?
Followed the winner. I thought around the home turn, I thought I was potentially going to go very close in the race. He travelled that well, but he just plugged away and was a bit one-paced. But yeah, hopefully we can have him a bit closer on the weekend and give him less to do. And he's definitely capable on the rating he's on.
So is he a better horse than a winning Class 5 would suggest he is?
Yeah, he's not a Class 5 horse. His rating's probably not where he'll end up. He's just not the finished article. He's still young and green, but yeah, if he puts it all together, he can win the race.
And this is a ride for John Moore's stable. Is this a relationship that's starting to build up again for you?
I'm hoping so. He's throwing me a few rides and had a winner for him last Wednesday on the dirt, and Smart Rocket won the other couple of starts ago. So hopefully I can make these opportunities count.
Team Spirit Chat, that was a nice all-the-way win from him.
Very nice win. He showed a lot of gate speed, got to the front, controlled, and when I pushed the button, he showed a very good turn of foot. And he got a bit tired late, but he was probably entitled to. But nonetheless, it was good to see him come back to form.
In this race on Sunday, you've got the likes of Hard Promise, California Turbo, both speed horses in the race. Does that worry you from a tactical point of view?
If he can jump and show as much speed as he did last time, not really, because he'll have too much for them. But we won't want him to be getting into a speed battle, so we'll just jump him out as best we can, and he's pretty quick. I'm sure he'll establish the lead quite comfortably.
He's had a bit of time between that last run. You've ridden him in a lot of his work. How's he been getting on?
Yeah, really well. He feels good. He's prior to his win, he had a few back issues, but Chris and his stable have straightened that out, and that told with his last start victory. So hopefully he's back to that form and showing the promise he showed last season, and he can continue on his winning ways.
Grant, big party. He hasn't raced for a while. You rode him in a recent trial. Is he still going well?
Yes, look, he's got a few issues. The reason why he was off for so long, but frankly, them got him in good shape again. So, look, his show wasn't bad with me. He felt like he still needed it a little bit, but he finished it off quite well. So, I'm hoping for a good run. He's doing well.
In that trial, he was a little bit slow out of the gates. Have you had trouble at the start with him before?
Yeah, look, he was. It was his first time in a while doing a trial again, so he was a little bit on his, uptight and a little bit slow at the pins. But I'm sure race day you'll be fine. Didn't
look as keen as what he can get in his races and trials.
Yeah, as I said, he has picked up a few issues, but as I said, Frankie them got on top of him, so he probably obviously wouldn't be travelling like he always does. So he'll probably lean it a little bit, but in saying that, he is well.
Based on how well he won for you on New Year's Day, there's a serious engine there with this horse, isn't there?
Yes, he is. Look, I've been waiting a long time for him to run again, so I'm hoping it's going to be a step up in class come Sunday, but I'm sure he's going to prove himself.
Southern superstar, Grant. Had some good South African form, ran well here on debut. That was back in October though. You've rode him in a recent trial. What was your take on that?
Yeah, look, he felt very good in his trial. He's going to need it, I think, a little bit, but he's also that he's quite fit, you know, and yeah, as I said, he felt really good in his trial, so I'm hoping he runs a good race. We have a bit of a tricky draw, but I think if I can get him in a good position, he can finish it off quite well with me.
First up over a mile, is he a horse you think that's going to get up over a bit of ground as time goes on?
Yeah, definitely. He does feel like a horse that could do a mile plus. So I think we'll still have to see the best of him. Obviously, he hasn't run for some time now, so he might just need a little bit. And as I said, a bit of a tricky draw, but he's a horse that there's quality there, and hoping I get him in a good position and hopefully he can finish it off.
Do you remember him from your time in South Africa?
Yes, I do. Yeah, he used to be alright in South Africa. He won one or two good races, so it's always hard for them to travel to Hong Kong and compete against the good horses here. So yeah, I'm sure he is a quality horse, as I said before. So I'm sure he'll run well.
SUPERICH, Zac. He's been well beaten in his last couple of starts. Both times he pulled up with issues. Did he feel better in his action in his trial?
No, he didn't. He's a horse I've ridden a few times. I know what he feels like, and I was concerned with the way he went in the trial. He just didn't give me the feel that he had been earlier in the season, and I sort of recommended maybe putting him away, but Frankie wants to give him one more chance and just make sure that he is cooked or over the top before he does that. So I think it's a little bit of a risk, but in saying that, I know how good he is or can be on his day, and if whatever was worrying him in those last couple of runs or in that barrier trial he's got over, then he's definitely good enough.
You say you know how good he is. Is that why you stuck with him through to the start of the 4-year-old series?
Yeah, I was very taken with the horse. You know, he only let me down once we got to the Classic Mile, and he pulled up with an issue. He was lame and not right after that race, so he had an excuse there, and he didn't seem like he was stretching out well last time either. So he's had excuses at his last two. If you can forget those and forget his trial and take him on what he's done previously, he's obviously good enough.
You take on Champion's Way, who's undefeated, 4 from 4. You've won on him before. How good do you think he is?
He's obviously a nice horse. He's progressive. He's going through the grades in good fashion. You never know how far he's going to go.
Both chances, yours, him, drawn wide?
Yeah, I haven't looked at the race yet, so I'm not sure what we'll do, but there's no doubt that Champion's Way will be going forward. I'll just have to work out what I'm going to do.